Just a few weeks ago, one of the most important people in AI safety quit his job at one of the biggest AI labs on Earth. And the very first thing he said in his resignation letter should probably scare the hell out of you.
No, that is not a line from some new sci-fi blockbuster. That is the actual opening sentence from the resignation letter of Mrinank Sharma. His entire job at Anthropic, one of OpenAI's biggest rivals, was to build the systems that stop AI from causing a catastrophe. And his sudden departure, well, it pulls back the curtain on a really terrifying pattern that's happening inside the very labs that are building our future.
You might think this is just another case of a tech guy getting burned out, but it's not. In this explainer, I'm going to connect the dots that most of the news coverage has completely missed and show you how this one resignation is linked to a warning of human extinction that's coming from the very people who created this technology in the first place. So let's start with the guy who just lit the match.
To really get why this one resignation sent such massive shockwaves through the industry, you have to understand who we're talking about. This is not just some disgruntled programmer.
Okay, so Mrinank Sharma is an absolute elite mind from the very heart of the AI safety world. We're talking an Oxford PhD, a master's from Cambridge. This is the guy Anthropic trusted to lead their safeguards team. His job, his literal job, was to build the defenses to stop AI from being used for things like, say, bioterrorism. He was on the digital frontline.
And then, on February 9th of this year, he just quit. Publicly. His letter went viral, racking up over 1 million views in a matter of hours. So what on earth did it say?
Okay, so the letter is, very carefully worded, but this line right here is the key. He says that inside the company, they constantly face pressures to set aside what matters most. He's basically dropping a massive hint that there's a huge conflict raging inside Anthropic between what they say they believe and what they're actually doing.
And this is where we have to zoom out from the man to the company he just walked away from. Because Anthropic is built on a giant contradiction, a battle between safety and speed.
Look, this slide tells the whole story. On one side, you have the promise. This is a company founded by people who literally left OpenAI because they thought it was moving too fast and wasn't taking safety seriously. Their entire public image is built on being safety first. But then you look at the reality. You have top insiders like Sharma saying that safety is getting pushed aside, all while the company is chasing a mind-boggling $350 billion valuation. The mission and the money are at war.
And just to be clear, this is not some abstract philosophical argument happening in a meeting room. These pressures are real, and they are happening because of the intense commercial race to ship new products as fast as humanly possible.
I mean, just look at the timeline right before he quit. In January, they launched this massive product designed to automate big chunks of office work. Then, just a few weeks later, another huge model upgrade. It's this non-stop push to ship what critics are calling shiny products that's creating all this internal pressure. But this story is about way more than just one company.
Because here's the thing, Sharma isn't an isolated case. He is part of a pattern that suggests the whole AI industry might be at a breaking point. And this is the part that most people are completely missing.
We need to zoom out again, because what just happened at Anthropic? Well, it sounds eerily familiar. In fact, it's almost a perfect replay of something that went down less than 2 years ago at their biggest rival.
Does that quote ring a bell? Safety culture has taken a backseat to shiny products? That was Jan Leik back in May of 2024. But he wasn't talking about Anthropic, he was talking about OpenAI when he resigned as the head of their safety team.
And this is where the story becomes almost absurd. Check out this timeline. Step 1. The head of safety at OpenAI, Jan Leik, quits over safety concerns. Step 2. That same guy gets snapped up by Anthropic, the supposed safety-first company, to lead a brand new safety team. And then, step 3, a top researcher working for him at Anthropic, Mrinank Sharma, quits, making the exact same complaint. It's like a bizarre game of musical chairs where the top safety experts just keep fleeing from one lab to the next. So you have to stop and ask yourself, what is going on here? The people who are hired to be the brakes on this system are jumping out of the car, one after another, at every major company. Why? What are they seeing inside these labs that is making them run for the exits? The answer has very little to do with profits and everything to do with potential extinction.
To really understand the panic, you have to listen to the people who started this whole thing, the actual godfathers of modern AI. And what they're saying? Well, it's not a subtle hint anymore.
It's a direct warning. This is from Geoffrey Hinton. He literally won the equivalent of the Nobel Prize for computing for his work on neural networks. He quit his senior job at Google specifically so he could speak freely about the dangers. And he's not talking about job losses here. He is putting artificial intelligence in the same risk category as nuclear war.
And don't think this is some far-off science fiction threat. Hinton used to think this level of AI was 50 years away. His new estimate? 20 years or less. He basically said, just look at the progress in the last 5 years and now project that forward. It's scary.
And here's the thing, he is not some lone voice in the wilderness. His fellow AI godfather, Yoshua Bengio, agrees. The CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, signed that same statement. And here is the real kicker. Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, the company Sharma just quit because he felt it wasn't safe enough, he cited too. Even the U.S. State Department put out a report comparing AI to the invention of nukes. The people building this stuff are telling us it could end us all. And all of this brings us right back where we started, Mrinank Sharma's resignation letter. Because his real warning isn't about one product or one company. It's about a fundamental mismatch in our own evolution. He calls it the wisdom gap, and the idea is actually pretty simple. Our technological power is exploding. It's on this crazy exponential curve. But our wisdom, our ability to manage that power without destroying ourselves, that's staying pretty much flat. And all these resignations and warnings, they're just symptoms of that gap getting wider every single day.
And this, for me, is the single most telling part of this whole story. Sharma isn't jumping ship to a competitor like Google. He's leaving the world of algorithms behind entirely to go study poetry. Think about what that means. He decided the solution to this problem isn't more code, it's more wisdom. It's a human problem.
He ended his entire letter with this quote from a poem. It's about finding some kind of moral constant, a thread of truth, when everything around you is changing chaotically. He's basically going in search of the one thing he feels the tech industry has completely lost sight of. So let's just put it all together. The safety chiefs are quitting, the company founders are signing letters warning about extinction, the godfathers of AI are sounding the alarm. The people who know the most about this technology are the ones who are the most afraid. Which leaves just one question, really. Are the rest of us going to be wise enough to listen?